food, food, food. A lot of times more food, food, food. I feel like there was a moment where everything just kind of shut breath-wise. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, guys. Welcome back again. We're going to take a look at the oo sound and the sound today. I'm going to put these words in here. Some consideration. So as we look at these pairs, we're going to start off with the oo sound. So for that oo, in general, what you may find with this is that your mouth closes more. You can round your lips, although in general, I encourage you not to do it too tight, because if you do it too tight, you may end up with more of like an ooh, ooh type sound where the placement just really shifts forward, and that's not really our goal, right? Our goal is to try to keep that placement down and open. Okay. The back of your tongue is going to be pretty high, and then the front of your tongue is down. So again, more ooh, ooh. Again, that ooh, more ooh, ooh. So if you find that you're having a hard time with that placement, I would encourage you to try to straighten your lips more. For the sound, so that's the second sound here. Again, back of the tongue is high once more, and the front of the tongue is down, but the lips are a little straighter, and the mouth tends to be a little bit more open. So the sound is more You can see this again, like in words like good or foot. Just to get started, Emmanuel, can you read all these words for me?
Goose, good, food, foot, moon, mush, shoe, should, boom, book, wood, wood, cool, cook, roof, hoof, suit, soot, look, look.
Yeah, I thought in general I'm pretty good. A couple trouble spots I want to identify, but I'm just going to read all these too, just so you guys kind of have a model. So goose, good, food, foot, moon, mush, shoe, should, boom, book, wood, wood, cool. Sorry, I keep saying like cool. Cool, cook, roof, hoof, suit, sit, Luke, look. Emmanuel, the pairs that I would target for you would be on a suit and sit. A little bit Luke, look, especially the oo sound. I thought roof and hoof a little bit, wood and wood. Also moon and mush. For a lot of those, especially the oo sounds, because this tends to be the one that kind of closed off the most. Before we kind of dive into these more specifically, did you have any questions for me about any of these individual ones?
So for the oo sound, you can round your lips, but only at the end of the sound.
For the
Because
oo
for
sound?
the, yeah, you can say like oh, and then finish off with a round lip. Because if you round the lip all the time, it's gonna be like ooh, you know.
It doesn't have to be, right? If you keep the placement down, I think if your placement goes high, yeah, it'll be ooh, moon or things like that. But you can say like moon, moon. But also, when you're doing the M sound, you don't need round lips. When you're doing the N sound, you don't need round lips. So you're not gonna have like moon. It's not gonna be like that. If you do round your lips, it'll probably be more like moon, something like that. But again, it's not
Yeah,
gonna be moon. It's gonna be more moon. We're just more a little subtler on the rounding, I would say,
yeah.
if you do round it.
It's
Yeah.
subtler and the lips should be like relaxed.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Um, but yeah, I would say, like I said originally, I thought if there was a problematic sound out of these two, it tended to be more of the oohs than on the uhs. So let's maybe kind of just focus on the ooh sounds for these words for a moment. We'll just kind of run through them a little bit quickly. We'll do the vowel and the word. I want you to try to repeat after me. Can you say ooh, goose?
Oh, goose.
Kind of tight on the goose, especially as you got to the S. Ooh, goose.
Oh, goose.
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 So goose. Feels a little tight. Goose.
Goose.
That's better. You say goose like 3 times. Goose, goose, goose.
Goose. Goose. Goose.
Maybe just extend your vowel slightly. Goose, goose, goose.
Goose, goose, goose.
I didn't like the last one. I thought the second one was pretty good. Okay. Let's take a look at the next oo sound. So we have oo, food.
Oh, food.
Kind of close off food, food.
Food.
Yeah, sometimes it just feels like we're closing off in the throat, especially with the tongue. I know the back of the tongue is high, but as the tongue enters your throat, you want that to be pretty open through here. So again, oo, food,
Oh, food.
food. Kind of feels tight. Oo, food,
Oh, food.
food versus food.
Food.
Better. You say food 3 times, like food, food, food.
Food, food, food.
A little tight on the last one, but I like the first two more. Questions on that?
So the final D can be like weakened to a fast D.
Depending on context, or will be held. Like food, food, food. In that case, I'm not really pronouncing anything. It's not food, food, food. A lot of times it's more food, food, food. A little more
Oh.
held. Okay. Let's go to moon. Can you say ooh, moon?
Oh, no.
Try to extend the breath a little bit at the end. Ooh, moon.
Oh, no.
A little forceful at the end there. Moon, versus moon.
No.
Extend your vowel. Moon.
No.
Can you say moon a couple times? Moon, moon, moon.
No, no, no.
Yeah, better. I like that group a lot more. This is again a case where I think having the tongue down can be pretty helpful. So if my tongue's high, moon, 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 versus moon, 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 it's just a little easier for me to kind of slide from one to the next with my tongue down. Tip my
Yeah,
tongue.
it is easier.
Okay. Next one, shoe. Can you say ooh, shoe?
Oh, show.
Okay. Can you say shoe a couple times? Shoe, shoe, shoe.
Show, show, show.
Okay. How about the next one? Ooh, boom.
Oh, boom. Sorry. Oh, boom.
Yeah, could probably even make the M a little weaker if you wanted, but it wasn't bad. Can you say boom a couple times? Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Thought the placement started a little high on the first one. Can you again? Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I like the second one the most. Oh, this. How about the next one? Ooh, wooed.
Oh, wood.
Kind of breaks in half, right? Wooed versus wooed.
Wood.
Better. Can you say wooed a couple times? Wooed, wooed, wooed.
Wood, wood.
I didn't like the last one. Can you do it again? Wooed, wooed, wooed.
Wood, wood, wood.
I think we're. I don't think I would confuse them, but I do think we're getting slightly into that territory, like wood, a little bit. Can you say again for me? Wooed, wooed, wooed.
Wood, wood, wood.
Yeah, I like, especially like the last one of this. Okay. I'll pause here for a moment. Do you have any questions for me on anything we've covered so far?
Yeah, wood is not a word I use commonly. I know what it means, but it's not something I commonly use. But I wanted to put it in because it's for the minimal tab with wood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Is that more of a comment or a question?
Well, this was a comment, obviously, but the question is kind of difficult because from the W to the
Right.
U sound,
hmm
it's a lot of rip rounding.
Yeah. Right. That's a common one I like to add in pairs too, because the W wants to make you round your lips, and then the oo makes you want to do that. But trying to keep your lips straighter can help a lot. Wood, wood, wood versus wood, wood, wood. You can probably immediately hear the difference there. Wood, wood, wood.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a good word to practice.
Mhm. Mhm. The next one. So again, the oo sound is a long vowel, which means when it looks at the L, it's going to break a little bit. It's like all at the end. So like the next one, cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, especially like the second one you did. I thought I had the most breath. Can you again? Cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
A little too strong on the dark L's, I would say. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
I like the last one the most. You probably even extend the oo sound slightly. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
I like the last one the most there. Okay.
Um, just a quick question for the dark L. Like you said, was strong, but the tongue was down. How do I weaken it?
Don't breathe. Don't push out as much air. Try to almost like whisper it a little bit. In terms of the intensity of the sound. So it's not cool. It's cool. Just gets
Cool,
softer as the word gets towards the end. You need to make sure you hold your vowel long enough, though. Cool.
cool,
I would go even softer. Cool.
cool,
Hold your first vowel just a touch longer. Cool.
cool,
Weaker still on the all. Cool.
cool,
Okay, and maybe help to do it 3 times again. Cool. Cool. Cool.
cool, cool, cool.
I like the last one the most. Yeah, it kind of breaks into 2 parts, but you don't want the separation to be too strong. It's not cool. It's more cool. Kind of just flows into it. Cool. Cool.
Cool, cool,
I
cool.
think I think your oo sound is too fast though, because that's the real part of the word, right? It's not cool,
Yeah,
cool, right? It's more cool
cool.
and a little smoother on the transition to the dark L. Cool,
Cool,
better, cool.
cool.
Yeah. So I'll drag it really long. Just kind of pay attention to how I'm transitioning from the oo to the o. Cool, cool. It's not cool, where that separation is really sharp, right? We don't want it to be that sharp. It's a little smoother. Cool. Cool.
Cool, cool,
Yeah, again. Cool.
cool.
That was probably your best one so far. I like that one a lot more. It was a lot smoother.
Okay. Like we always been taught it's supposed to be a break between, so
Mm-hmm.
like I want to hear the break, like it's in a long vowel. So I'm not used to this smooth transition between long vowels
Mm-hmm.
with sounds. I was
Yeah,
like, if I hear the break, then okay, the word's good.
I would say in general, with American English, again, we're usually trying to keep things relatively smooth. So yes, it does break, but you don't want the transition to be too sharp. That's going to make especially like in a sentence, it's going to make it sound a little bit disjointed.
Yeah, I had difficulty in a sentence, and it
Mm.
is on this job.
Well, there that could be one reason why. And that, again, is going to apply for any long vowel. Let's say a dark L.
Okay.
Um, what's our next one? Roof. Okay, so ooh, roof.
Oh, roof.
Feels like your placement's higher here than it was in some of the other situations. Ooh, roof.
Oh, roof.
A little tight. Try to open up your throat more. Ooh, roof.
Oh, roof.
Yeah, I'm wondering if having the back of the tongues high is kind of closing off the throat a little bit. I'd like it to be more open through here. Ooh, roof. Ooh,
Oh,
roof.
oh, roof.
I feel like it's like roof versus roof.
Roof.
Can you say that a couple times? Roof, roof, roof.
Roof, roof, roof.
I didn't like the last one. Last one's a little tight, but I like the first two.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next one, suit. So, ooh, suit.
Oh, suit.
A very dramatic difference between how you did the ooh, which I thought was okay, and suit, a lot tighter. Yeah, again for me, ooh, suit.
Oh, suit.
So it almost feels like it's breaking. Ooh, suit.
Oh, suit.
A little more breath if you can. Suit.
Suit.
More open. Suit.
Suit.
So, suit.
Suit.
Better. You say suit a couple times. Suit, suit, suit.
Suit, suit, suit.
Better. Huh? And our last one here. Ooh, Luke.
Oh, Luke.
closed off on Luke. Ooh, Luke.
Oh, low.
Better, but still feels a little tight, especially as you get to the K. Ooh, Luke.
Oh, low.
A little tight there again. Luke, Luke.
Look.
Can you say Luke a couple times? Luke, Luke, Luke.
Look, look, look.
One more time. Luke, Luke, Luke.
Look, look, look.
Better. I did like those more. Okay, questions for me on that?
Yeah, the vowels definitely need to be clear. I need to make them pop, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of it. I think we sort of tendency sometimes with our throat to kind of be a little tight.
Yeah, I need to have like more like volume or something, you know? Speak a bit up so the vowel can be clear.
I think I don't think it's necessarily a volume thing. Again, I think it's just the more air you're able to get through on those vowels, the crispier the sound's going to be. You know, if you block off breath there, it's going to make it sound really tight, like goose, goose, food, moon. That's with my throat really tight. Whereas if I say with a more open throat, so my tongue as it goes down to my throat, it's not blocking as much air. My muscles are more relaxed. Goose, food, moon. That's more open. Goose, moon. I mean, goose, food, moon versus goose, food, moon. It's a lot more closed off. Um,
That's a dramatic difference.
mhm, yeah, and it's not
But
really a volume thing. So I'm trying to it's projecting about the same volume, like decibel wise.
but when I'm trying to say like use a different like volume, I'm engaging the
hmm
diaphragm more. You know, like
hmm
speak up using the
Yep.
diaphragm. And I think this is
It's
what's happening. You know.
I think if you think of like singers, you know, one of the first things a lot of singers, especially if you ever talk to like opera singers, what did they learn to do? They learn to like talk and sing with their diaphragm. And that is what allows your voice to become so much more powerful in any language. You know, this is just a trait of singing. Typically, when people are singing, you need to really kind of maximize airflow. You know, it's really hard if you don't have enough air coming through. If you're not using your diaphragm enough, it's really hard to project. You know, um, other questions or comments before we look at some of these sentences?
The sounds were
I'm much
good.
more worried. The thing I would definitely be focusing. I would be focusing on the oo sounds here. Okay. Um, in Romanian, is there a name like Luke? Is there like a Luca or anything like that?
Luca.
Can you say that again for me? Can you do it a little slower?
Luca.
Lu, because it just like shifts way.
Lu.
Lu, Lu,
Lu.
Lu, Lu,
I
Lu.
don't have to like do it like that,
Right, but
like not
mhm,
that exaggerated, but it's
right,
like
but
Lu.
some slight flaring and kind of
Yeah,
you can also feel the placement kind of shifting forward a lot. Um, that's my 10 seconds of Romanian lesson, but you can kind of
pretty
feel.
good.
Thank you. I'll take that for 10 seconds. And so I just hope that's also, you know, a lot of people's languages in the group have names that start off with that Lu sound. Um, so it's kind of considering that versus American, like for instance, like a Luca or like a Louise or anything like that. Um, versus again in the American English, would be more Luca, Louise, and things. Okay.
Louisa. We have her in
Yeah,
for
like
girls.
Louisa. Yeah.
Louisa.
hmm
Yeah, for
hmm
girls, for
Right.
boys, not
Right.
much.
Right. Um, just kind of keeping that in mind. Um, let's look at a sentence. So your sentences again are also combining that oo sound and that sound, which is great. So let's start off with this first sentence here. Whenever you're ready, can you read this for me?
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
I feel like there's a moment where everything just kind of shut breath-wise. Do you know when that happened?
Cookbook?
Yeah, exactly. I thought
The
everything after
consonants.
cookbook immediately kind of closed off.
It's the consonants.
Okay. Do
Okay,
you want to try again?
uh-huh. Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Probably a little overstressed on cookbook.
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Can you say, let's kind of break this a little bit. Can you say, who knew that cookbook?
Who knew that cookbook
Cook is kind of closing off. Who knew that cookbook?
Who knew that cookbook?
Extend your vowel and cook. Who knew that cookbook?
Who knew that cookbook?
Cook versus cook. Who knew that cookbook?
Who knew that cookbook?
Still feel like versus k.
Who
Mm-hmm. Who
knew
knew that cookbook?
that cookbook?
Then I went back to it. Who knew that cookbook?
Who knew that cookbook?
Yeah. And then our second thought group probably go a little lower. Had good food.
Had good food.
Food gets tight. Had good food.
Had good food.
Mm-hmm. Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Yeah, that was more open. Now, if you wanted to add more like emotion to this or something, like if you want to really kind of show surprise, like, oh, like who knew? Like who knew that cookbook had good food? Like you do something like that.
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
It kind of died there at the end. I would also probably go a little higher pitch on cookbook. That's your stress. Who knew that cookbook? Like it's surprising. Like that cookbook. Like who knew that cookbook had good food?
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Food again. The breath just dies. And then cook. You can still extend that vowel a bit. Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
I don't know what happened on food. That food. It's kind of food. It's kind of doing a lot of movement there. Had good food. Had good
Had good,
food.
had good food. Had good food.
And if you want to play with the intonation a little bit, something we talked about before is it's okay for intonation to move a little bit. You'll hear native speakers doing that a lot. Like, so you might do something like go up and then go down, like food, had good food.
Had good food.
It's not food, almost like a schwa sound there, but first food.
Food. Food.
Not the same thing I'm doing now. Food.
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 It's closing off when we're getting to the ood sound at the end, linking to the D. It also feels like we're changed to a schwa. Like ooh. You just do ooh.
Ooh.
You hear the second half, it's really closed off for your first half. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Not the whole thing's closed off. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do you hear a difference?
Yeah.
Open up that throat. Ooh,
Ooh. Ooh.
ooh. You hear ooh, ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm a lot more open. Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, ooh. You hear a difference?
Yeah. Ooh.
Very muffled. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's starting to get it. Ooh.
Ooh.
Better. Food.
Food.
Yeah. Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Who knew that cookbook had good food?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, compare that to the original way you read it. Very different, a lot more dynamic.
This time I actually spoke up.
It felt good?
I felt good, but I spoke up. That's what I'm saying about volume.
Yeah.
I
And again, it's because of
spoke.
clarity. It's just a
Yeah.
lot clearer.
Yeah.
It's a
Didn't say
lot clearer.
muffled. Didn't sound
hmm
tense.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a, I don't know, maybe it's like a psychological problem.
I mean, there's many. I think that's a big factor with pronunciation. But
You're like afraid of getting the right
hmm
sound like right. Maybe you're
hmm
afraid your placement is not, you're not be able
hmm
to like keep it in the same place.
yeah.
Um, but then when you just, I don't know, go, everything is,
hmm
I don't know,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. For the sake of time, let's do one more sentence. Can you read this one for me?
You should wear a suit that doesn't have soot on it.
Why'd you stress on? Just curious.
I did?
Listen
Okay.
again, and I think you'll hear that. But
Yeah.
I probably want to stress more soot than
Mhm.
on. Okay.
You should wear a suit that doesn't. You should wear a suit that doesn't have. You should wear a suit that doesn't have soot on it.
It gets noticeably less smooth when you get to the on again. Soot on it. Versus soot on it if you want to sound a little smoother. Soot on it. Soot on it.
Sound, sound.
You probably want to extend the vowel a little bit on sit because it's kind of getting lost. Sit on it.
Sit on it.
And also lower the pitch on. Sit on it.
Sit on it.
Better. Yeah, so it's going to add clarity there. Trying to think of a situation where you would actually say this. I think one way that may make this feel a little bit more realistic is maybe stress doesn't. Because most likely, if I'm actually saying this sentence for whatever reason, the person is showing me a suit that has sit on it, and I don't think that's a great choice. So to emphasize that, I'm probably going to stress doesn't, almost make it like sarcastic and a joke. Like, you should wear a suit
Yeah.
that doesn't have sit on it.
Swear so that doesn't have. Swear so that doesn't have sit on it.
Yeah, that second time's much better. You should wear a suit that doesn't have sit on it.
Swear so that doesn't have sit on it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like those. Those are some good lower pitches. I know that's been a range that's been tricky for us, but I liked what you just did with the sit on it. Doesn't have sit on it. Doesn't have sit on it.
Doesn't have sit on it. Doesn't have
Yeah,
sit on it.
yeah, very good.
Mhm.
I like that a lot.
I've been working on them.
Yeah,
And lower pitches and stuff.
I can tell that sounded really good. All right,
Thanks.
questions for me on the oo sound,
Yeah,
the sound.
the sit part, because it's a word I don't frequently say, it was pretty difficult to like link it, you know. I just
Fo-
didn't know
Okay.
linking wise.
You know, again, if you ever have a section of a sentence that's hard to link, focus. Let's start with the vowels. So like, you have this ah sound before it. You have the ah sound after it. It's like ah, like doesn't have sit on it. Like ah, ah,
Uh,
the
uh,
have sit on. Uh, uh, has sit on. So that's kind of the thing I would be practicing, and that may help smooth it out.